Right. Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I am your host, Conrad Cushman. Joining me today, we have to my left, which is your right, still left from Wrestling Roundtable, Derek Shelton.
What up?
And on my right, which is your left,
Donnie Suarez. What's up, y'all?
Ooh, gave the government name. I like that. So we're going to be talking about AEW Dynamite. But before we do, folks, do me a favor. Make sure you click the like button on this video. It helps more people see the video. Also, if you watch this after the fact, make sure you leave a comment down below. It really helps out as well. And I will engage with you, talk with you, and we can get into whatever else you want to talk about down below. And last but not least, make sure you click that subscribe button if you like what you hear. We are at 565. We are on the road to 1K, trying to make it happen. But enough of the jibber jabbering, enough of all that stuff. And real quick, guys, let me make sure that you guys can see this sweet t-shirt. Actually, I'm gonna back up a little. The big unveiling. So make sure you guys go to the link tree below. You guys can get yourselves an Everything Pro Wrestling shirt with the AEW lettering. Hopefully you guys like that. But I want to hear what you guys thought of this AEW Dynamite show, man. Show took place live, Capital One Arena, Washington, D.C., home of the president. Big show, guys. We had Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur on commentary. What did you guys think of it?
Yeah, they
I
were
thought
on point.
Yeah, the commentary was great.
They were definitely on point. You know, my man Tony Schiavone. Dude, nearly 20 years of not hearing this man speak, and he's back on. And there's been so many times. Yeah, he definitely still got it. And I like the goatee. Of course, on top of that, he should have been kicked off the show at least like 5 times.
Yeah, Tony Schiavone was wild on commentary. He definitely said prick, and he said ass. And Jim Ross was like, hey, come on now. Come on. But it was really fun, man. Was Washington the right place, Donnie, you think, to do this show?
Absolutely.
Why so?
Well, for starters, awesome crowd. Everyone was into the show throughout the whole night.
Definitely.
I mean, I think that we're a perfect city to start it.
Yeah. Maryland's a good state usually for wrestling. Baltimore's a good town. The Carolinas, New York City, Chicago, LA. There's plenty of good places for good wrestling to go on. And I see a lot of people in the chat. Let me make sure I give a shout out to my people in the chat. Shout out King in here talking We the People. Uncle Zebekiah, I'm going to have to call him. Zachary Shiloh, what is going on? Brandon Anderson is up in here. Jesus De Leon, what is going on, brother? We got Kevin Alvarado. What's up, Kev? Who do we got? Rob's in here. 89, ESR. We got a lot of people. So if you're in here, don't be quiet, man. Get in the chat. Say whatever you want.
Yo, speak up.
Who?
All of them. Yeah,
you guys can say whatever you want. Brandon said F Baltimore. Thank you. Brandon lives there currently, so I guess we gotta believe you, man. But during the crowd pan out, we did notice right away. I have to give credit to Donnie for this. He saw Kevin Smith immediately.
Huge
in the
Kevin
crowd.
Smith fan, by the way.
Definitely.
Oh, Zero Channel, what's up, brother? Good to see you in here, man. Donnie, show your shirt.
Oh.
Go ahead. A little more publicity. Everything Pro Wrestling, guys. Get your shirts, man. Someone just ordered one. Big shout out to my man Cactus from XGW. I know that you just ordered a shirt. Same one that he's got on. You guys got to get these, though, man. I think the Everything Pro Wrestling ones that I showed before, man, I think these are dope, man.
Those are dope. They are dope. Definitely dope.
D, where's your shirt, Rob said? Calling you out.
I got you, bro.
He's been had us for months, right, Rob?
I got you.
All right, let's get into the show, though, guys. We start off with Cody Rhodes versus Sami Guevara. Is that pronounced correct?
Yes.
I got yelled at a bunch of times by him by saying his name right. Sammy's a douche, though, still. So
Sammy's the man.
Now, let me just say this about the themes first. I absolutely love Cody Rhodes' theme. It's my favorite AEW theme. I listen to it. I listen to it working out, running. Anytime I'm just in one of those moods. Cody Rhodes' theme is perfect. I think it tells a perfect story of his time in WWE, where he is now. Very dope. And shout out to Sami's theme. It was done by Montezi from the Swerve City podcast, who I did an interview with on my podcast, which is in the link tree down below. Lots of plugs for that tonight because everything connects and relates. So, interviewed him from the Swerve City podcast. He did Sami's theme, and I thought it was a really good theme for Sami. Really dope. So, shout out to Montezi for that. But what'd you guys think of this match? You know what? We're going to let him go first. He's the Sami fan here.
I am a Sami fan. I'm also a Cody fan, and they had a really good match. It started off a little slow, but it picked up right away. Into 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Into the match, they started picking up, and it just went crazy spots. My favorite spot probably would have to be what happened to Brandy.
Oh, in the match? At one point, Sami pulled Brandy in front of her when Cody was doing a tope. Surprise, surprise, right?
Yeah.
See those in every match. Brandy went down. It reminded me a lot of like the Miss Elizabeth spot.
Yeah.
But I thought it was dope. It worked out for this match.
Even it happened right in front of Jay and Silent Bob, and they got into the match.
Yeah, and they were there to promote their new movie too, but that'll come up again later. I liked where Cody did the Stalling Gourd Buster tribute to Arn Anderson at the same time. D, what else did we see in this match that was a really dope move? Cody Rhodes, the suplex.
Yeah, the suplex. Yo, that suplex was dope.
Reverse suplex off the top rope. I thought Sami was done after that, but he managed to hang on. Derek was a big fan of the jumping top rope Spanish fly.
That Spanish fly move was definitely sweet.
Yeah, I mean, Sami had a good showing here. He started off rough, but and I feel like that's for all of these matches tonight. They started off kind of like, it's kind of ugly, but it made it feel like a real fight. Oh, we got Everything College Basketball in the chat. Make sure you check out their chat. Kyron Chase, what's up, brother? If you guys are in here, click that like button, man. I only see 6, man. We got 12 people in here. Let's hit them double digits real quick. But night 1 of the Wednesday Night War was amazing. I have not checked out NXT yet.
What's the name of that show?
Spoiler free.
Yeah, no spoilers, because I got to watch it tomorrow. So, in the end of the match, though, Sami is going for a moonsault. Cody moves. He goes for another moonsault. After he lands on his feet, Cody moves again. He hits a shooting star press. Cody rolls over. He goes for a shooting star press off the top rope. Cody gets the knees up into a roll up. 1, 2, 3. That is your first ever match. That is the Brian Pillman, Jushin Thunder Liger of AEW.
But you know what though? I liked how it ended though, because it didn't end on a finisher. Not all matches have to end with a finishing move. You can do something different and make it count.
Right? Yeah, that was really good. And I'm a big fan of the Cassius Ohno or Chris Hero way of ending matches. Why not end a match with an elbow drop once in a while or a knee drop to the head? It'll make it believable when guys go for pins off of that. So I like that. It was very well done. Good win for Cody. Were you damaged by this? Were you hurt really bad?
No.
He sounds sad. Go ahead, get it in here. Come on. What did you think of Sami's performance then for his first time? I mean, you're the fan of Sami, so I'm gonna let you speak on this one.
So, I think this match was definitely better than his actual first match from Double or Nothing, the buy-in match against Kip Sabian. I thought this one was 10 times better. And I really like that he's going with the heel angle. That's what he's always been in the
Indies.
Yeah, he was more of a heel in the Indies.
He's a big doucher, man. He's a big doucher. That's all I can say.
Sami's the man.
Sami gets heel heat from me, so I would be booing him if I was in the arena. But good match to start it off with. After the match, Cody Rhodes is getting his hand raised, and Tony Schiavone gets in the ring for an interview. But Sami is not even going to let that happen. He stops the interview immediately. Cody looked like he was going to cry when he hugged Tony Schiavone, too. Let me just add that in there. So, Sami goes in, interrupts it, and then he shakes Cody's hand and turns Cody around. And then during the handshake, Jericho struck while he could. Derek called that one. Jericho comes out and just starts whooping his ass like a government mule. I don't know where JR said that, but he said it tonight, and I popped for it because I was dying. Yeah. But Jericho hits Cody from behind, and a beatdown happens throughout the entire commercial break. The entire thing.
Yeah. Yo, that had to be like the worst beatdown I've ever seen in my life, dude. Like, before commercial break, during the commercial break and then after the commercial break.
Yeah, they were wild for that. They were just beating down Cody really bad tonight, and it's a good build-up, though, for their match at Full Gear that's happening on November 9th, I believe.
Yep.
So they're doing all this build-up for it. Jericho eventually, when they return from the break, sets up 2 chairs, power bombs Cody between the 2 chairs. Brandy has a look on her face. I don't know who that woman in the orange dress was, but someone needs to find out who that is.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
orange tangerine.
Yeah.
Let me stop.
Yo, if y'all don't know anything about that, Asher Roth. Look it up.
So, Sami is gone. Jericho beats down Cody. It's just horrible. Afterwards, he throws plunder on top of Cody, and Jericho just walks away. Scumbag move. Total heel heat, man. Are you guys buying into Jericho as a heel?
Oh, definitely.
I'm surprised because most people seem like they would want to like the guys, but they're getting the proper reactions at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's up, Connor? I see you in the chat, man. Shout out to Connor, Kyron, Everything College Basketball. I just want to make sure you guys heard me, too, showing you guys some love. So, we get to the next match. Brandon Cutler versus MJF. I have my doubts about Brandon Cutler a little bit. Brandon does not sound like Mr. Wrestler, but Brandon's got some moves, though. Brandon's not bad. And I see why the Young Bucks picked him up. And MJF, the best heel in the business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
this dude is a jerk, man. I want to punch him in the face. Me and him got into it on Twitter before. Like, it's just MJF, man. So MJF cuts a promo during his introduction, letting everybody know who he is, why you should hate him, and what he stands for. Douchebaggery, folks. So him and Sami should be a team or in a group or something. I just feel that. But once again, same thing with this match. Starts off a little rocky. We had some errors, but I will give it up to MJF. He covered up a lot of these.
Yeah, he did. He really did.
Definitely.
The flip over, he just made it look like a roll up. He got too close for the slap. MJF sold the slap even worse to make him look good. We had lots of good things here, but the match ends with a botch that he had off the top rope, and the main focus of the match was his right arm. The botch leads to him falling. He acts like he tweaks his ankle. Fujiwara armbar. MJF gets the win with that. Very weird.
Yeah.
Very weird. But here's how this is why I don't see it as a bad thing. MJF, you wrote cue ball to me, Rob? Really, Rob? Really? Anyway, so when they did that, that's what MJF called me when he met me, by the way. That's why he said that. So when they did that, this match was an introduction to who MJF was. So I don't think it needed to be perfect, and I think it just told the right story. It had build up on being the elite. I thought it delivered fine for what it was.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's not like you guys are going out buying any MJF shirts or anything soon, right?
Yeah, I might.
Peace. So, next out, we have Chris Van Vliet. Another person I interviewed on my podcast. Check the link out in the description. I'm sorry, that's probably my last one. But Chris Van Vliet comes out. He does an interview with Jay and Silent Bob. Chris Van Vliet is from Canada. Nicest dude you'll ever meet. Loves pro wrestling. Favorite match, Hogan versus Rock. This dude knows wrestling, so he's perfect for this interview role. So Chris Van Vliet shows up, and he's talking to Jay and Silent Bob. They're promoting their new movie. They talk about Chris Jericho being in it. Jericho is a bad guy in the movie. They make jokes about typecasting. And then here comes Jack Evans and Angelico. And they come out talking crap to them. And Jason Mewes says, you two haven't even won a match yet. And I thought we were about to get a match. Jay and Silent Bob versus
Yo, if they would have did
Angelico and Jack Evans, I would have died.
Yo, that would have been dope. I would have cheered for that one.
Oh my gosh, if I would have heard them just doing their stupid $15, little man, put that shit in my hand. If you don't know, you know. My jungle love, my OE. Sorry, if you guys have never seen the movie, watch it. You'll die laughing.
Definitely.
So Private Party came out. They basically made it seem like Jay and Silent Bob were their guests. Kevin Smith, Jason Mewes, whatever you want to call them. And I don't know, this led kind of to like a tag team tournament feel. Like they were promoting the tag tournament within this, but it kind of felt fast. Like they were all going everywhere.
It didn't seem like they were taking enough time to actually really promoted like they should have.
Zachary Shiloh in the chat just said, has anyone seen the AEW tag titles? Not yet.
Not yet.
They have not debuted them yet. But they're getting ready to start this tournament. It seems like the tournament's going to be a process a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I like that we've crowned champions differently. Like the world title champions were crowned in matchups that led to another one. One person won a battle royal for the women's and the other one won a match. And now this one's just a tournament. And whoever wins the tournament are champions. So 3 different ways to crown champs. I like it. The tag tourney is going to be great. Yeah, and I'm going to say something bold right now. I think AEW's got the best tag division, so everyone better be on the watch out for that.
I agree.
D, let's talk about this SCU presidential promo I wrote down here. D had something to say about my man Scorpio
Sky.
Scorpio Sky comes out dressed up like the president in front of all the apparel. Go ahead, D. And Daniels and Kazarian are dressed up like security.
Yo.
Secret Service security.
Secret Service. Yo, if we were giving a grade for this right now, I would say Scorpio A+ for the Obama impression.
Absolutely.
It was on point. Like the voice, the body gestures, the whole demeanor, everything. It was like on point. I'm like, yo, this is gold right here. Yeah. You don't have promos like this.
You really don't.
No.
And they came out and they just kind of said that we're SCU, this is the worst time we've ever been, and they cut. And then they're back in the arena with, who's the interviewer? Tony Schiavone for it?
Yeah, it was Tony.
Tony Schiavone's got them out there, and basically they're asking who from SCU is going to be in the tag tournament. Scorpio Sky says that he is sitting this one out, and we are getting the Addiction as a tag team. And he didn't say that, but the Addiction of Christopher Daniels and Kazarian will be representing SCU. So once we find that out, pretty dope stuff, right? Yeah. But then who comes out, Donnie?
The Lucha Bros.
The Lucha Bros come out, and this leads to a fight after all that damn Zero, Medro, all in your face, doing all that. Like, get out my face, bro. Doing all that. And water gets spit out on the Daniels, and a brawl breaks out. There's fighting everywhere. Lucha Bros, it just mayhem ensues. All the tag divisions are fighting. And it's going to be a hell of a tag team tournament. I don't know who's going to win this, man. I'm stamping my pick right now.
It really is hard to say because, like, for me, like, I'm kind of rooting for everybody because everybody is just, every single team is awesome. Let's be honest.
Shout out to my man Obi-Wan who just joined us in the chat. Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan, I don't know if he's got any puns for AEW tonight. Usually he's got the harlot when we're doing our wrestling reviews for WWE. I don't know if he's got jokes tonight. I want everyone right now, though, if you've got to pick who's winning the AEW tag titles, I'm saying it right now. Like, who do you got? If you guys want, I'll give you a second to think. I'm going with Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Jurassic Express.
I agree.
They're my picks to be the tag champions.
D?
No? You don't see it?
I can't, dude.
No?
Not right now. I can't see it right now.
Yeah.
Come on, make the bold prediction. Let's go. Get wild.
No, I'm gonna go with the Lucha Bros, bro. If it wasn't for you putting me onto the Lucha Bros, I probably would go with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy.
We met the Lucha Bros. They were cool.
Right, definitely. And then watching them in person, like live.
All right, I've seen a lot of Jurassic Express. I did see one Lucha Bros in there. Take a look on Smart to Death Twitter. Muse and Smith pose with the belts. Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out. We're gonna look that up. Actually, I'm looking that up right now, as we speak. You guys are getting it live because Zachary Shiloh told me to take a look at this. Let me see here. So supposedly there's a picture with people posing with belts.
Somebody said Private Party or SCU.
Ooh, Gino Morgan TV. That's tough. Private Party could be the upset team, man. There's a lot of good tag teams in this. I don't really care.
That's what I'm saying. Is like you're kind of rooting for everybody.
Yeah, the teams are definitely on point.
Can I just say that these belts are sexy?
What? Yo, those belts are
sexy. Yo, hold on. I'm putting it up to the screen. Hopefully it's not too blurry. I'm gonna switch over to my other one so that you guys can get a focus in on that. Those belts are beautiful. Looks a lot like the tag belts. Shout out to everyone in XGW as well.
Actually, they kind of do look like the old school WCW tag belts.
Yeah, they do. Yo, That's definitely dope.
I like it.
That's dope.
They look like the NXT UK tag titles, and those are my favorite belts.
Which ones?
In the world? The NXT UK tag belts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. We saw West Side Gun in the crowd, too. Shout out to Buffalo. West Side Gun. Yeah. West Side Gun, when are you going to come do my show, bro? When are you going to do something with the Buffalonians?
Come on, bro.
Show me some love, man. He was in the crowd, though. He's at all the wrestling shows. Big wrestling fan. Let's get to the third match, guys. Let's talk Adam Hangman Page versus Pac. This was the match we were supposed to get at Double or Nothing. Did you guys have big expectations for this, and did it meet it for you? Let's go with Derek first.
It didn't have big expectations for me. It was just kind of like I knew what to expect. I like both of them. Adam Hangman Page is a good wrestler. I like Pac, but you know, I don't know. It definitely wasn't a bad match. It was a good match to me. It was just like it seemed like a throwaway match.
Here's the thing I was trying to tell other people too, though. Like, if you're on television, why would you give it all away? They're building the pay-per-views. They're following the old model that WWE doesn't use anymore. They're following, okay, well, we have to follow this up for the pay-per-view, so what are we going to do next?
Right.
So you got to come with that stuff, man. And that's how I feel about those tag belts. 100. So, Donnie, what'd you think? Did you expect a fast-paced match with this, or was it slow for you? Because I felt like it was slow.
It felt slow. It did. But, like, there were a lot of awesome spots. But I don't know. It did. What was that show they did when they announced that they couldn't do Double or
It was a
Nothing?
UK indie show.
It was a UK show, yeah.
Wrestle Thoughts were there, yeah.
Yeah. That one was kind of fast-paced, but this one, you would think that, well, this is the match that they kind of owed us because they canceled it, that, they'll go crazy, but it didn't feel that way.
Yeah, and like I said, this got rocky too. Like, Pac, when he was doing his stuff, he even jumped onto the top rope and he couldn't, like, hit the flips he wanted to. Mm-hmm. He wasn't really landing everything crisply. But then once it got going, it got good.
Like I said, there was a lot of cool spots.
And I felt like they could have sped it up, but they chose not to for a specific reason. And King agrees with me about the build-up for the pay-per-views. You don't need to give everything away on TV. You build to the pay-per-view match so that people are salivating for it. You want that Pavlov's theory effect. If you don't know what that is, use Google. You want people to know, like, okay, when it's a pay-per-view, I'm going to get something good, so I'm okay with this. Mm-hmm, it's the way to build up stuff for people. Now, during this match, we ended up seeing a slowdown in the match. Eventually, there is a spot where they try to go for like an O'Connor roll. Pac hits a low blow, Black Arrow, and then puts in the Brutalizer, which is the Rings of Saturn. Mm-hmm. And Page passes out. What do you guys think of the pass out for this? Is it whack?
No, I respect it.
It was kind of a shock to me, just because, like, he recently lost to Jericho at All Out, and then he gets knocked out. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what? I respect it though, because the way that that he was, because I mean he was on his hands and knees, so it was cool. It was kind of more like
slide in here, boy.
You get the Black Arrow, and then he's like, you get like the whiplash effect, like, oh shoot, I got hit.
Right.
Now I'm out. You know what I mean? Like, So I respected it. I respected it a lot.
I'm not mad, man. I thought they did all right with this. Decent match. So we get to the next match, and it starts off with Dr. Britt Baker coming out. DDS. Who knows who's drilling grills? Baby. Mm. So Dr. Britt Baker comes out, joins the announce team. She's on there. I thought Britt Baker would be in this match for the first ever women's champion because of how they debuted her and everything else, but she's not in here. AEW Women's Championship, we have Nyla Rose versus Rio. D, what did you think of this this matchup between the two without giving away who won or the finish?
I thought it was a good match, honestly. I mean, Nyla Rose, she showed a lot of veracity like she's supposed to. She's a heavy hitter. You know what I mean? Like she has to show like that. That beast mode that she's supposed to have. And then Rio's, she has like they said, David and Goliath. Rio's like, she's like 85 pounds soaking wet, but not afraid to go up against anybody her size or bigger.
It's a good contrast, though, to have someone who could fold someone up like a chair, but someone who could move because the big person may not be able to move as fast.
Right.
I thought Nyla Rose did a banging job in this one.
She did.
Catching Rio when she went for that dive to the floor. I thought we were getting like a Taka Michinoku WrestleMania 14 spot. I was like, oh, this is dope.
Yeah.
And then when she caught her, I was like, oh, you are dead. You are dead.
Right.
Donnie, what did you think for the matchup?
So I think this was my favorite match of the night. Rio killed it. Like, I thought she did an awesome job.
Oh yeah,
especially with those knee strikes.
Oh my god,
she makes them look so cool.
Yeah.
Like Kenny.
Yeah, honestly, I thought it was over when Nyla Rose hit that. Like the Death Valley Driver, I guess we'll call it.
Oh, yeah.
She hit that. That was a big move. She also did a big bump where she did a backflip, like she tried to swanton on the Rio on the chairs, and Rio moved and she landed on the chairs. Brutal spot. But Rio ends up picking up the win with double knee strikes to the face. Like she had like 2 or 3 of them. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
It looked like Nyla was supposed to kick out. I don't know if that was part of it. Bleacher Report gave all the matches an A and the women's match an A+.
Ooh.
Bleacher.
I respect it.
Was that my man Mazik, Brandon? Let me know. Brian Mazik wrote that. Shout out to Brian Mazik, who did an interview with Cody today up on YouTube. Check that out after this. So she gets the win. Rio, as I predicted, was going to be the first AEW Women's Champion. Very cool to see it. Do you guys think that was supposed to happen? Yes or no?
I think it was supposed to happen.
I think it was supposed to happen.
All right, because it felt weird. Match was a B. King says, I don't care for Nyla Rose. Hey, to each of their own, man. I thought she proved herself ever since that triple threat, though. I've been a big fan, and she makes it work in the ring. What a deal for this. I just don't understand how we went from that to Michael Nakazawa. Michael Nakazawa. He's in the ring trying to do an interview with Rio, and I just thought about the spot you were talking about where he gets powerbombed. Nyla Rose almost drops him on his head, but she regathers and then she does a sit-out powerbomb, Batista bomb style, basically, on him. And Derek laughed at his cell. If you can give them a little bit of an impression of it. That was Michael Nakazawa laid the F out. She goes to attack Rio on the ropes. She sets her up like she's going to give her a Death Valley driver off of the apron. We were shook. And here comes Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega stops the BS, and he's like, no. Kenny Omega is in charge of the Joshis, I believe, for the most part, coming into AEW.
And I thought she was going to attack Kenny for a second, but then she backed off.
And we're going to give JPQ a cheap plug here. # Watch Stardom. Amazing work from Rio here. I thought it was very well done. And I'm going to quote something that one of my XGW brethren said, sick with it. He said that AEW is doing things that the WWE wouldn't do.
And that's very true.
True.
Very true.
That's bold. That's bold, and I respect what he said with that, and I agree with that, and I had to put that in this review, so shout out to Sick for saying that. It's main event time, boys. We've got Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, the original Elite, versus Chris Jericho and the new tag team of PNP, formerly known as LAX, Ortiz and Santana. What did you guys think of this? This was their whole build-up all night long for this match.
I like the match. I think
it was a really good match.
I think it did what it was supposed to do.
I do have one illogical point here that felt weird. Foul! What is up, brother? Good to see you in here, bro. We are talking a little bit of the main event match right now. And when it comes to this match, I did not understand why Moxley did not help Kenny Omega and then win by DQ. The ref clearly saw him fight him. He showed up in the ring, but maybe it's ref's discretion. I don't know. Maybe Kenny wasn't the legal man. Moxley shows up and they start brawling. They brawl all the way into the back. And before we go to a commercial break, Jon Moxley hits his... Is it still the Dirty Deeds? Is he calling it something else in Japan?
No, I think it's called... Wasn't it Death Rider?
Death Rider.
Yeah.
We'll call it that. He hits the Death Rider through a effing glass table. Someone's cake was ruined. I was pissed.
Somebody lost their cake.
As a fat man, I am pissed that you waste a good cake like that. But Kenny Omega's head, by the way.
Well, whether it tasted good or not, you wasted it.
Kenny Omega's head going through, absolutely terrible, man. just the pain.
Oh yeah.
The pain that was brought to for it. I don't know what happened after that. Did Kenny Omega ever get shown again, or was he just out?
I think they ever showed him.
I think he was out.
Like, that was it.
Did you guys want an explanation for that? Thank you guys for the Death Rider comments. I knew that Foul, Zach King, and everybody would know that.
I don't know. I think.
Or did you like that they just kind of left it a mystery? You kind of knew, though. I mean, damn, the dude got DDT.
I'm just glad that they picked up where they left off, which was Fighter Fest.
Fighter Fest.
Before Moxley was doing his G1 tournament.
It was just awesome, and who knows from AEW who's showing up in at Wrestle Kingdom. Well, maybe we could talk about that towards the end, because you saw a big kind of rumor for who may be showing up at Wrestle Kingdom. But, gents, let's continue on with this match. Really good stuff. The Young Bucks were in there, and I thought they were killing it, man. They did their usual stuff. Nick and Matt Jackson, amazing flips, dives, everything you would expect. We thought we had Meltzer.
Nick Jackson alone, like, super lucha libre.
Way too much energy.
Yeah.
Way too much energy. But I appreciate it, though. You know, putting on a show, that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Yeah, they went
the
crazy.
Bucks never disappoints. No. Never.
Meltzer driver was getting set up. Jericho hits a code breaker. Then after that, it just gets wild and crazy. We see a breakdown. The former team of LAX. Now I'm just gonna call them PNP for the rest of this. They hit their cannonball dive off of the back, and then that leads to, I believe it was Matt Jackson, right, who ate the Judas Effect after. They threw him into the Judas Effect.
No, yeah, it was Matt.
He sold it like a champ. 1, 2, 3. Everyone talks shit about that move. It looked really believable tonight. I'm behind it now.
Yeah, this Judas Effect was definitely on point.
Exactly. Dude, no. Do you guys hate the move?
No.
At this point?
I absolutely love it.
Chat, I need to know, do you hate the Judas Effect, or are you a big fan of it? I just have to know. What is good with that? So after the match, a beatdown kind of continues. A brawl takes place, let's just say. Who ran out first, Donnie? Do you remember?
Well, Jericho and what are we calling LAX now?
PNP.
PNP. We're attacking Matt and
Nick,
and then Cody comes out to save.
Oh
them.
yeah, Cody makes the save, and he's beefing with Jericho, so it makes sense.
Yep. And then
Sami
comes out of nowhere.
That kid is a douchebag. Douchebag. He's a heel, bro. Scum.
He's such a good heel.
He kicks Cody right in the nuts.
Yep.
Square in the nuts. He did not care. And who does that bring out, D? But your man.
Well, you can't go by that name no more. So
you call him Dustin Rhodes.
Well, let's go Dustin Rhodes. Dustin Rhodes comes out. You knew we were getting a power slam. That power slam is.
I think he hit it on Ortiz.
Yo, anytime Dustin Rhodes gets that power slam, yo, you should automatically lose, because that is like perfect.
Oh, King says it looks sloppy. I don't think it's as good as Andrade's, but I still think it's believable at this point now. I think when someone loses to it, I'm not like, oh my god, they lost that back elbow like what Kenny Omega did. Now I'm like, yo, I believe in this. It's cool. He gets the win with that. Unbelievable. So Dustin's out there. We're getting a brawl. And then all of a sudden, from out of nowhere, Jake Hager comes in. And Jim Ross slips with the cuss word.
Yes, he did.
He said shit right on the air. I was like, JR, you're about to definitely get in trouble too. What are you guys doing? He was like, they're chanting holy shit right now. And you know JR's a big fan of Jack Swagger, Jake Hager, whatever you want to call him. Listen, I'm going to be in the rare minority of people who say this. I've always liked Jack Swagger, and that's because of my brother Cameron. Shout out to him. He was always a Jack Swagger fan. He's a really good wrestler.
Definitely good.
Like, this dude doesn't get enough credit. I know that he's lacking maybe on mic skills, but people love Jack Swagger too. They still do the We the People, man.
Yeah, he chanted We the People.
Exactly. You can't go wrong with that.
He was slamming people like it was his job. That Bellator has gotten into his head, and he's ready to whoop some ass.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, he looks fucking great.
37 years old.
Robert says hold on. Let's go to Zachary Shiloh first. He says Judas Effect. It's to the point. It's if set up right. Codebreaker is better to me. Rob says Judas Effect is dope. I don't give a bleep. And then he wrote boo. Foul said JR swearing made my inner child happy. Swagger is awesome. He killed Lucha Underground. You stop it, Robert. El Rey Network killed Lucha Underground.
Yeah,
haters. Yeah, rest in peace, Lucha Underground. But Jack Swagger is underrated. I agree, King, with that. So Swag is out there doing his thing. A big beatdown happens, and then they eventually set Cody up. Like, they pick Cody up. This is like classic Memphis, middle of nowhere territory wrestling style. They're holding Cody. He can't do nothing. Jericho slaps him across the face. And then Cody gets hit with the Judas Effect. And Cody sold it the best, I think, so far.
Oh, yeah.
He got hit, and he dropped like a ton of bricks.
Are you giving me lip, boy?
But I really like the whole angle. It felt like they're building up like what 5-on-5 match maybe the next couple
I wrote
weeks.
it down. It would be the Bucks and Rhodes versus Hager, PNP, Sami, and Jericho maybe. Or you take out Jericho and Bucks and Rhodes versus Hager, PNP, and Sami.
That's definitely a main event right there.
It's a 4-on-4 or 5-on-5 match. Naito NXT call. Swagger was one of my amateur wrestlers. I molded some of my styles after. Yeah, Brandon was an amateur wrestler. Don't let that man put you down, folks. He will tie you up like a pretzel. So, really dope episode, man. So, chat, I'm going to go to you first. Thumbs up or thumbs down? There's no thumbs in the middle. There's no, like, I like this, I didn't like that. Was the show a thumbs up or a thumbs down? That's it. But now, boys, while we wait for them, I'm coming to you. You say thumbs up, D?
Thumbs up.
It's their initial show. What do you...
For their debut.
And you know me. And that's for the cake. But, but dude, amazing. Jesus says thumbs up.
Jesus? Oh, shit.
You knew Jesus was going to say that. Brandon says thumbs up. A lot of people are impressed. Foul says thumbs up.
Right.
Man, Rock's going to be telling you where to stick that thumb on Friday. You better be careful. King says thumbs up. I like it. I like it. Big fan. All right. So we talked about all of this. What do you guys think going forward for AEW? Do they need to improve?
Well, honestly, any show needs improvement no matter what you do. It could be an A+ show, but then there's also something that could be like, yeah, it was an A+ show, but they also had this. You know what I mean? Like there's always room for improvement. There's never a perfect scale. You know what I mean? Like that perfect scale to me is like you have gone above and beyond what you put out, and it was already perfect to begin with, and then the next show was already perfect to begin with, but you added on top of that show from the last show, and then from the last show. So there's always room for improvement. Until you can get it perfect. Yes, no one's gonna be perfect. No show is gonna be perfect, but there's always room for improvement. This was, to me, in my opinion, if you were given a grade, this was an A+ show to me, even with the mishaps that they had. No one is going to be perfect on that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Brandon's echoing what you're saying. He said, always room for improvement, but I see nothing but growth moving forward. Improvement for all wrestling shows, King says.
Definitely.
Original Biggie's laughing because I sent him a piece of cake. Send Jesus one too. You boys sound like you need it, man. Get yourself a big glass of milk to go with that, all right? Donnie, come on, what you think, man?
The whole show, I agree with D over here, A+. Did I feel like a wrestling fan tonight? Like, I was just entertained the whole time, and I'm looking forward to the future. I'm definitely going to be watching every Wednesday night.
Oh, definitely.
So this is your show?
This is my show.
My show.
All right. I'm with you guys, man. I think the AEW reviews continue. Let me know if you guys liked it. If you did, make sure you click that like button for me one last time. Also, leave a comment down below if you watch this after the fact. I want to hear what you guys thought of the show, too. I promise you, I care what you think. I reply to all comments as they are right now because I'm not getting a million of them. So I will reply to you, and we can talk some AEW. AEW Dynamite, man. I like it. It's my future Wednesday show. So you guys can be here every single Wednesday to get a review of AEW Dynamite after the show goes off the air. And we will be back next week with even more. Shout out to the chat, man. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who showed up. I was nervous, wondering how many people would actually show up for this. But we had a really good turnout. And I was happy for that. So for that, we're going to have to leave the chat with a little too sweet. I see some EPW chants going on. So thank you guys. Celebrate with the cake. You know how it goes. Too sweet, boys. So thank you so much. Go ahead, D. You can throw it up in there. Thank you guys so much for watching. And we are out. Peace.